Property are typically
Start from this very one.
can give future rental income. I will try again. Welcome to Real Estate with Stewart Lim, a video series where we share valuable insight about real estate to add value to our client and viewer. Today we are diving into the topic, my lease is decaying, what should I do? Let's get started. In Singapore, where leasehold property are typically 99 years, the concept of lease decay, the reduction in property value as the lease shortens, is a significant concern. Understanding this process and its implication is critical for managing your financial future, selling option and financing assets. Here's what you need to know and how to protect your investment. What is lease decay and why does it matter? Lease decay occurs as the remaining lease term shortens, leading to a decline in property value. In Singapore, properties are returned to the state when their lease ends, with no compensation, as demonstrated by 101 units at Geylang Lorong 3 in 2020, which were returned to the state after a 60-year lease expired. While property values may hold steadily for the first 40 years of a 99-year lease, depreciation accelerates after that due to reduced perceived future rental income. This effect is visualized through Bala curve, a graph illustrating the inevitable value decline over time. However, some properties like Neptune Court and Mandarin Garden defying this trend, showcasing that location, uniqueness, and demand can impact resilience against lease decay. Private versus HDB leasehold property. Private and HDB leasehold property experience lease decay differently. Private leasehold properties, these often serve as an investment assets. Buyers expect both rental income and capital appreciation, making older condo less attractive. Research indicates private leasehold resale market dropped by over 30% after the 20-year mark. Financing restrictions also make older private property harder to sell. HDB leasehold property. HDB flat designed for owner occupancy depreciate more slowly, with a resale prices drop by only 3% after 20 years. While HDB unit may eventually face lease decay, government schemes such as the Selective En bloc Redevelopment Scheme offer potential compensation and rehousing benefit, although they apply to only a minority of flats. Lease decay affects property owners in several ways. Value depreciation. As lease shorten, property prices fall, making resale challenging. Reduced rental demand. Tenants often prefer modern amenities, forcing landlords to lower rents for older units to remain competitive. Financing limitations. Older properties face restriction. Banks reduce loan amounts for units with fewer lease. CPF funds cannot be used for properties with less than 20 years of lease. Option for managing lease decay. Lease top-up. Private property owner can request a lease extension from the Singapore Land Authority. However, approval is not guaranteed and depends on the SLA discretion. Costs determined by SLA chief valuer can run into millions of dollars, unless justifiable by sentimental value or high rental income. This option is rarely pursued. En bloc sales. A collective sale or en bloc can offer significant payout. Private property. If 80 to 90% of owners agree, developer may purchase the entire development for redevelopment. HDB flat sales. The government acquire older flat in desirable location, compensates owner and offer rehousing benefit. However, only 4% have been selected for sales since 1995. HDB newer voluntary early redevelopment scheme VERS targets flats over 70 years old, but its execution remains uncertain with less generous compensation than SERS. Proactive strategy to mitigate lease decay. Lease decay may seem inevitable, but taking proactive measure can help safeguard your investment. Track property trend. Monitor property market and look for indications such as upcoming MRT lines or redevelopment projects that may temporarily boost property demand. Even for aging property, these create an opportunity to sell at a better price. Plan and exit strategy. Aim to sell before your property reaches the 40-year-old mark where depreciation accelerates. Selling early ensures a larger pool of buyer and better financing option for potential buyer. Target the right buyer. Although lease decay reduces demand, there are still buyers, including families seeking for affordability or expats looking for short-term housing. Tailoring your marketing strategy to this group can make a difference. When is it the right time to sell? Deciding when to sell your leasehold property is crucial to minimize your losses. Evaluate cost versus benefit. Compare your property value to the potential expenses such as reduced rental income, rising maintenance costs, and limited financing. Monitor depreciation. Pay attention to the market trend and the lease timeline to sell at the optimum time before significant value erosion. Lease decay is a reality for leasehold property owners in Singapore, but it doesn't have to be financial downfall. By staying informed, monitoring trends, and planning a timely exit strategy, you can maximize your investment value. As your trusted property consultant, I'm here to help you to explore your options in the real estate market. If you have any question or need any assistance finding the right property, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can contact me at 9696-4398. Together, let's make the best property decision for you. Thank you for tuning in to Real Estate with Stewart Lim. If you found this episode helpful, please like, share and subscribe for more insight. We'll see you the next time.